occasion, and we're all looking forward to this night being over, especially the mayor. So, the first thing I want to do is, if you have phones on, please turn them off or silence them. Tonight, the invocation is going to be done by Mayor Pro Tem Gleason, Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Way. Mayor Pro Tem.
God with me if you wish. Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us this auspicious occasion to welcome new members to our board and to thank members of the board that are leaving. They've done a good job in helping the citizens of this wonderful city, and I pray that the new members of our board will continue to do the same. We thank God for all the people that are here this evening, the young girls that have done such a wonderful job as athletes in one of our high schools. And I just want to be proud to be here tonight with this group of people and honor our Lord Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Madam Clerk, if you'll do roll call for us, please.
Commissioner Wilkins. Present. Commissioner Albright.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Gleason.
Present.
Commissioner Kaczynski.
Present.
Commissioner Way.
Present.
Mayor Wheeler.
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Item 4, approval of agenda. Is there any additions or subtractions that need to be taken care of? Commissioner Kaczynski.
Mr. Mayor, I would request that we pull 5C and 5D from the consent agenda and move it down to 6B and C and D for discussion. We did have a presentation on it at our last meeting, but the board as a whole has not had a discussion on this, and that's my request.
All right, that was 5B and 5C down to 6C and 6D.
Right.
Okay. All right, any other adjustments? Not hearing any, I'm sorry.
Mr. Mayor, I would like you to add an item so the board can discuss the December 16th board meeting, the regular scheduled board meeting, to a discussion item under 15, please.
All right, we will move the discussion item for the December 16th meeting to item 15A.
Yes, sir, it's just an add-on to that. It's an
Right.
add-on. Thank you.
All right, that takes care of that. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Motion made by Commissioner Wilkins. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no.
No.
Motion carries 4-1. All right, we've got all of those down. I'm looking to see where we need to be. Is it 5D? That got moved, yeah.
That got moved, yes, sir.
Okay, that was C and D that were moved. Right. Okay, so we're at 6A, if
Yes,
I'm
sir.
correct. Okay.
The consent agenda has to be approved.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. All right, consent agenda, motion please.
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries 5-0. Commissioner Way.
I was going to make the motion, sir.
Oh, okay. All right. At this time, one of my favorite things to do, which is recognize and give proclamations. And so I'll ask the Falls Lake Academy varsity volleyball team to join me up front, please.
I think he's just got the numbers. This is gonna be B.
Because I thought she said 5C and 5D, she was moving it down here.
This is going to 6. They made it 6A. This is gonna be 6B. I don't know why they made it 6A.
But then he's here, so he missed this.
Oh, I think they did that. so that they can get their room cleaned.
Okay, oh, gotcha. I was like,
I wanna take it out, but.
This is a proclamation recognizing the Falls Lake Academy varsity volleyball team. Whereas the Falls Lake varsity volleyball team, the Firebirds, are the 2025 North Carolina High School Athletic Association 1A volleyball champions under the leadership of Coach Karina Salmons, Assistant Coach Zamaya Mangum, hopefully I pronounced those right, and Assistant Coach Tracy Ruffin. And whereas all of the team members are to be commended on a great 2025 season, Addison Buffalo, Sadie Buffalo, Claire Glavin, Mackenzie Hudson, Maggie Penn, Montana Freddy, Caroline Sellers, Lily Voss, I don't mispronounce that, help me with that one there. Wentworth, is everybody? I'm sorry, I'm old, Kate Zurich and Tess Zurich. And whereas Sadie Buffalo was named the Triangle North Athletic Conference ENAC Player of the Year, TNAC All-Conference, North Carolina Volleyball VCA All-Region Teams, Region 3, 1A State Champion MVP, North Carolina VBCA All-State Teams, and has committed to play at Lenore Ryan College. Before I go on to the next one, which one is safe? Congratulations. Whereas Maggie Penn was named TNAC Defensive Player of the Year, All-Conference State Champion, Sportsmanship Recipient, North Carolina Volleyball VCA All-Region Team, Region 3, NCVPCA All-State Team 1, NCVBCA All-Region Team, Region 3, NCVBCA All-State Team 1, NCVCA These are running together now. All-Star participant and has committed to play at the University of South Carolina. Whereas Tess Zurich was named the TNAC All-Conference, NCVBCA All-Region Team, Region 3, NCVBCA All-State Team 1, and committed to play at Campbell University. And whereas Bonnie Walker was named the TNAC All-Conference Player, let me get my next page. She's faked me out here. Let's see, whereas all-conference, I think I got that.
Now I do.
Okay, and down on the other page. Therefore, now, Mayor Robert B. Wheeler, on behalf of the City of Creedmoor, Board of Commissioners, do hereby congratulate Falls Lake Academy varsity volleyball team on their 2025 NCHSAA 1A volleyball championship. In witness to whereof I have hereunto set my hand caused to officially symbol and seal the City of Creedmoor the second day of December 2025. Ladies and
you did a fine job. You did a fine job. Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. And do come back and see.
Other names.
I'm going to give these young ladies just a minute to get their things together. All right, Mike, we are It's six,
Me down here.
6A.
Yeah.
Okay, 6B,
Yes, sir.
which will be this one, right?
If that's where you put it.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is.
Pardon? The consent items, they went to 6B or 6C.
6B and 6B. 6A was the budget amendment, 6C.
B, so budget amendment, and Terracon.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, we move to 6B, budget amendment number 3, and Terracon Special Inspections Contract Approval. Mr. Barclay. Help me keep track, because I've made so many notes in there.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the board. I'm Carl Barkley, our city engineer. Last meeting, I gave a presentation about a proposal from Terracon for 3 services for the construction of the new police department building. Tonight, I'd like to request the board for a 2-part approval. The first part is for a budget amendment allocating money to the general fund. The second part of the approval will be to approve the execution of the contract with Terracon. But first, I'd like to give a brief summary from the last meeting. The proposal for 3 services included materials testing, special inspection, and building commissioning services. Most of the material testing, the soil, concrete, other items, and the special inspections, the fireproofing, the wood framing, those things are required for the certificate of occupancy. The commissioning services, they're not required by law. However, it is standard practice to protect their investments, and is strongly recommended by our architect, especially considering the community center, the ongoing issue we have with the HVAC system, because that building was not properly commissioned. That's a short overview from the last meeting. Now, since then, I believe there may have been a miscommunication regarding the 4 visits by the construction monitor. Those are in addition to numerous site visits for material testing and special inspections. These 4 visits, they're not for a specific component of the building. They're timed for specific phases of the building construction. And nothing is off limits for those construction monitors. Nothing is off limits for observation or for critique. Numerous pictures are taken to document, whatever they find. And not knowing what the future holds, not knowing what problems may arise or modifications are being considered, it's important to document critical locations of the building at critical times during construction with pictures, descriptions, whatever is appropriate, so that we can go back and use them for reference in the future. I'm also told that there are some questions regarding, the terms and conditions in the contract, questions regarding warranty or guarantee. I believe it's typical in the inspection industry that they guarantee actions performed. In other words, they did what they said they're going to do, that their findings are accurate, and that their recommendations are sound. But no building inspector can guarantee that they found every issue. 2 phrases come to mind: cost-benefit ratio and the point of diminishing returns. We can't pay them, we don't want to pay them to inspect every place there possibly could be an issue. That is not practical, so they inspect at intervals that are appropriate based on many, many years of industry practice. Well, what makes sense? If you're building a nuclear plant, I'm sure there's a lot more testing that goes on with shorter intervals because there's a lot more at stake.
Carl, can I interrupt you here just a minute? Mr. Wilkins.
No, I didn't have a question, sir. I just wanted to prepare to make the motion when you asked.
Okay, thank you. I apologize, Carl. Please continue.
So Terracon, they guarantee that what they say they inspected, they did inspect, what they found is accurate, and the recommendations they make are sound recommendations. But as far as the workmanship, that warranty or guarantee, that comes from the contractor, MLB. That's a 1-year workmanship warranty from MLB. Now, as soon as the approval is given to execute the contract with Terracon, a meeting will be scheduled, an inspection coordination meeting between the contractor, Terracon, Bill, which is providing the construction administration, and city personnel, to make sure there's a mutual understanding of what Terracon's role is going to be, what they're going to inspect, and to try and economize their work. Because the estimate is a budget estimate. It depends largely on the contractor as far as how they schedule work, when they call Terracon to go out to inspect certain things, the quality of work. If they have to re-inspect, that runs up the hours for Terracon. So making sure that Terracon and MLB are on the same sheet of music is critical to keep the price down for us. But at the moment, all I can give us is a budget estimate based on the previous jobs that were similar to this. So having said that, are there any questions for me regarding the presentation I gave 2 weeks ago or the short recap tonight?
Commissioner Way, any questions?
No, sir.
Commissioner Kaczynski?
My question is for our attorney. Kevin, you have reviewed this contract, and on page 60 of the agreement for services, item number 7, which is indemnity, the indemnity statement, it basically puts the onus back on us. My concern is we've never hired a contractor overseer before, and we are hiring these people to make sure that the contractor does what they're supposed to do. And I understand we have a 1-year warranty for what the contractor has done, but is there any type of recourse for us if there's a problem with the building? We've had problems with a previous build that we had, and we had absolutely no recourse. So with this limit of liability that's in here and the waiver that's in here, I'm a little concerned that I understand we have to do this because we don't have anybody here who is qualified to be a project engineer or project manager, but do we have any recourse if something goes wrong?
Certainly, let me, Your Honor, that's a very complicated.
I know, I'm sorry.
And so I don't know that I can provide a direct or comprehensive answer to that, but certainly there may be civil claims that we may have against the contractor for negligence or potentially for breach of contract, those sorts of things. And so, depending on the facts of the situation, depending on the type of issue that might arise, certainly the city may have remedies or claims outside of the contract that the city may pursue to address those issues.
Because it says, consultant makes no warranties or guarantees express or implied relating to consultant services, and consultant disclaims any implied warranties or warranties imposed by law.
Well, certainly, because this is like Carl mentioned, this is a contract for inspection services, right? So they can't warrant that the construction work has been done according to industry standards. They're not the ones who perform the construction, right? But they can only guarantee or warrant the scope and performance of their own duties and responsibilities under the contract. And those are not waived or disclaimed under this agreement. They're waiving and disclaiming as warranties related to construction.
Fine, okay.
So the city's contract with MLB, which is the contractor will be performing construction work. That will be the contract that dictates what the city's remedies are for construction that's in this.
All right, Mayor Pro Tem, any questions? Commissioner Albright?
No, sir.
Commissioner Wilkins?
No questions, prepared to make the motion, sir.
Okay. Are you completed with your presentation? All right, we have a motion on the floor to approve the budget amendment number 3 and approve the special inspections contract with Terraquan made by Commissioner Wilkins. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries 4-1.
I thought we had to do them separately.
Huh? Oh, it was 5-0, I'm sorry. Because it can't be 5-1. That's 6 people. Okay. It's already a long meeting. Let's see, now we should be, let's see, it was C and D.
C and D, so it'll be 6C and 6D, yes, sir.
Okay, but it's 5D is what we're looking at.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're doing 6D at this point, which is the approval of land transfer agreement, had it been remained on the consent agenda with Tar River Land Conservancy.
We have to do the resolution first.
I thought we had already done that.
No, sir.
Okay, all right, I got you.
Surplus.
All right, move back from 5, yeah, that's my fault, I apologize. Resolution 2025-R-15 declaring the Lake Rogers North property surplus. Mr. Frangos. Just wouldn't be a meeting, Mr. Frangos, without you.
You're right, sir, thank you, appreciate it. Good evening, my name is Mike Frangos, I am the Community Development Director for the City of Creedmoor. Tonight's item relates to, again, a presentation that y'all had, a discussion a couple of weeks ago regarding specifically the Lake Rogers North properties. And in order to accommodate the land transfer that was discussed at our last meeting, the first item that has to happen would be this resolution, 2025 R15, which actually goes about declaring the Lake Rogers North properties surplus to the needs of the city of Creedmoor. The resolution is in your packet. It does speak for itself regarding the content of general statutes that we are seeking to comply with and the nature of the resolution. Derek Halbert, the Executive Director of the Tall River Land Conservancy, is here. He's with us there in the back of the room, so he is available to answer any questions if anyone has any going forward. But all I need to talk about, unless y'all have a question specific for me.
Commissioner Wilkins, any questions?
Yeah, Mr. Franco, is any of this land viable to be purchased by someone else?
Purchase, yes. The city could dispose of the lands in other means. We could go with upset bid or any other means of disposal. What we're trying to do here is a negotiated sale between the city and a private not-for-profit organization like Tall River, so that it is perpetually preserved for open space and conservation.
Thank you.
Mr. Albright, Mayor Pro Tem.
How do we get the land?
We bought it from Tall River in 2006.
To meet our needs for that specific
At the time, to meet our
dredging
needs,
of
the growth of Creedmoor.
and Tar River Conservatory was kind enough to sell us that land for a very minimal amount of money so that we could do that,
Yes,
correct?
sir.
Thank you.
Commissioner Kuczynski.
How much was it that we bought the land for?
$134,000.
It's been expressed to us that this land was swampland and wasn't useful for anything, but we have been blessed with, Mr. Halberg sent some pictures. This is beautiful land, and I think that since the dredging has begun growing trees and grass and stuff like that we need to take another look at it before we just surplus it and give it away. We know that there's been hunting on that property and trespassing a lot because the city never put signs up for no trespassing and no hunting throughout these 20 years. And I am asking that this board not do this at this time and consider the other possibilities of what can be done with this land. By looking at the photographs that Mr. Halberg had provided to us, this land, the impression I got, it was all swampland and could never be used for anything else. But it's not. It's beautiful, beautiful land. It's in the city limits of Butner, Mr. Franco? Okay. And some of it's in the county, right? But none of it's in the city limits of Creedmoor, right? So, but we own it, and it just feels like we are giving away the city of Creedmoor piece by piece lately, and then turning around and just thinking of buying other pieces of land that are not as valuable as this. This is a valuable tracts of land, and I'm not against giving it to Tar River eventually, but I'd like us to look at it, I'd like us to discuss it, and I'd like us to consider what our other options are before we give it away. That's all I got to say.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Mr. Way.
Mr. Mayor, I think if we have some information that needs to be presented, we have some doubts between some commissioners on this property, I would move to table both the 6C and D items until our January meeting.
Is that a motion?
That's a motion on my behalf, yes.
All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Way to table this issue until the January.
What's the next one after that? Our discussion, work session. I would like to table it to the January 20th work session.
All right. Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Since that was something that really was not discussed, the motion's on the floor, but I'm going to ask for any questions. Mr. Wilkins, any questions?
I just want to understand the purpose of tabling it. I understand Commissioner what he's saying, but to what end?
We have a new mayor and a new commissioner taking over on the board, and I would like to see their input, to have discussion on it, considering it's a large amount of property that the city is getting ready to consider surplus.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Albright, any questions? Okay. Mr. Kaczynski, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, we have a motion to table this issue until January 20th work session by Commissioner Way. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries 5-0. I got it right that time. Okay. All right, so that was basically both items. Okay, so that's taken care of. We've done the budget amendment. I guess we're down to recognition of board members, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you for your help. All right, Commissioner Albright, if you will join me out front, please.
I feel like I'm taking my...
I wish you were.
I usually like to show the audience this occasionally. If any of you can see how small that writing is, my own staff doesn't think I can read it, so they print it out on the... Yes, that's all right.
4 years on that, isn't it?
It is. But it was well worth it. All right, this is recognizing Commissioner Emma Albright for service to the city of Creedmoor. Whereas Commissioner Emma Albright has proudly served the citizens of Creedmoor as Commissioner for the last 4 years. During her tenure, whereas Commissioner Albright spearheaded the city of Creedmoor's hometown hero banners hanging along Main Street and worked hard to get the Veterans Memorial purchased and erected at the community center. And whereas Commissioner Albright and the board were instrumental in the city receiving $250,000 capital improvement grants from Representative Frank Sussman and Representative Matt Winslow. And whereas Commissioner Albright participated in Bittersweet, the Christmas parade, the STEM holiday parade every year. And whereas Commissioner Albright supported local schools by volunteering as Teachers Week, walking students to school, attending performances, and celebrating the students at events and graduation. And whereas Commissioner Albright worked diligently alongside her fellow commissioners to make the city of Creedmoor a great place to work and live. Now therefore, I, Mayor Robert B. Wheeler, on behalf of the City of Creedmoor Board of Commissioners, do hereby recognize and thank Commissioner Emma Albright for dedicated service to the Creedmoor community. Thank you.
Well, I just want to say thank you to everybody that supported me the last 4 years, especially my board. We did a wonderful job together, and I hope that they continue with everything that we started, and then I get to see the completions of the police department and all those good things that we did. I want people to know that if there's a whole boardroom that is full, we need to continue to come and we need to continue to learn about the community. And volunteer if you can, even if it's only 5 minutes, even if it's only coming here and seeing who's here or what's on the agenda, or receiving the sunshine list that we're all on. Come and learn about your community and come and learn about the city. It's really important that you don't spread fake news about what's going on in our community because it does not help our community. If you want us to move forward as a group, and they need to put out the right things and learn about what's going on, from start to finish. So I appreciate everything, and I appreciate this, Mr. Mayor, I wish you the best of luck. And I will be in this audience. I will be eating popcorn and watching you. All right? And I want to just wish everybody a nice evening, and thank you all so very much for being here.
All right, we move on to the Mayor Pro Tem.
It's now my pleasure to give a presentation to our outgoing esteemed mayor, Audie Willis.
Okay, I'll let you get by me if that's all right with you.
Yep. I want you to know they didn't give me this in big print, so.
You read better than I do.
Here to give a proclamation honoring distinguished Mayor Robert V. Wheeler. Whereas we want to express special recognition to Robert V. Wheeler and honor him with his distinguished 8 years of service as the mayor of the city of Creedmoor. And whereas Mayor Wheeler was elected to office of mayor in 2017 after serving 18 years on the Creedmoor Board of Adjustment. Whereas Mayor Wheeler was honored in 2014 by North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory with the prestigious Order of the Longleaf Pine and received the Carter Council of Government Outstanding Municipal Election Official Award in 2023. Whereas throughout his tenure, Mayor Wheeler has demonstrated visionary leadership and an unwavering commitment to improving the quality of life for all the residents in Creedmoor. And whereas in the city of Creedmoor acknowledges Mayor Wheeler's forward advancements and wishes him to express profound appreciation for their many contributions. And now therefore, I, Mayor Pro Tem Edward Gleason, on behalf of the city of Creedmoor, Board of Commissioners, and all residents, to hereby present this proclamation to Mayor Robert V. Wheeler as a testimonial to his faithful and dedicated service which he has performed, and to hereby proclaim December 2nd, 2025 as Mayor Wheeler Day in the city of Creedmoor.
Thank you, sir.
And now Representative Brian Kahn will present something to the mayor.
One more surprise. All right. Mayor, sir, great to see you. On behalf of the state of North Carolina, Governor Josh Stein, we have the flag flown over the Capitol in your honor on the 25th of November, and signed by the governor.
Thank you very much, and I get kind of emotional this old age, I think. This has been a lot to me. I have devoted most of my life to the citizens in the city of Creedmoor. And I know that Mayor Lake will do a wonderful job. Losing the election hurt for about 2 days. And then I looked at my boat, my golf clubs, and I thought, I could find something else to do. I also apologize for kind of seeming a little lost up here sometimes. And I make jokes because that's how I handle stress a little bit. But it has been a true pleasure to serve this city, serve the citizens, and as I always told people in the drugstore, call me if you need me. Thank you.
Still mayor. Still mayor yet.
Thank you. All right, I've got one final thing to do here, and that is the great honor for me to swear in for the second term, Mr. Robert Wade.
Did my family come up? Well, I mean, they're here.
Place your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Do you want to repeat after me, or just agree at the end? I'll affirm at the end. All right, everybody. Oath of office for Mr. Robert Wade. I, Robert Wade, do solemnly swear that I will support and maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of my office as member of the Board of Commissioners of the Creedmoor, of the City of Creedmoor, according to the best of my skill and ability, so help me God.
Help me God. I appreciate it, Mr. Attorney. Thank you.
All right, I'm not even gonna sit down. All right, let's move on, and I will request that Mayor-elect Antoine Downey come forward, and also County Clerk Karen Evans. And before we do this, I want to express the sincere hope and confidence that I have in this young man. I have passed along every little secret that I know. I have told him people he should listen to and people he shouldn't listen to. And I have assured him that the official paperwork of the city of Creedmoor explicitly states what the mayor can do, but it doesn't say what the mayor can't do. So always remember, if somebody questions you on it, unless they can show you can't do it, you're on. And again, thank you for your willingness to serve. He has a notebook, doesn't he? Doesn't he have a notebook?
You, Antoine Downey, solemnly swear that you will support and maintain the Constitution and laws of the United States of America and the Constitution and laws of North Carolina, not inconsistent therewith, and that you will faithfully discharge
Mr. Mayor, I nominate, Commissioner Archer Wilkins for Mayor Pro Tem.
The motion has been, Mr. Wilson to be Mayor Pro Tem. We'll vote, all those in favor, aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to nominate Robert Way for Mayor Pro Tem for 2027.
There's been a nomination for Mr. Robert Way for Mayor Pro Tem of 2027.
Make a motion nomination be closed.
All those in favor of Mr. Robert Way, Mayor Pro Tem 2027, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Mayor Pro Tem 2027. Commissioner Kaczynski.
Mr. Mayor, I presently serve on the UNRBA and would be willing to continue to serve on UNRBA as a delegate. I have just been, nominated to be on the nominating committee for them, so I'd be willing to stay with them. I also serve as a alternate on CAMPO, and just so you know, I'd be willing to stay as an alternate on that also.
I move that Commissioner Kaczynski be the delegate for Minerva.
There's been a motion that Commissioner Kaczynski be the delegate for UNERBA. Is there any discussion? Commissioner Gleason? Commissioner Moss?
No, sir.
Commissioner Wilkins?
No, sir.
It's going to be the alternate.
Who's going to be the alternate?
Commissioner Moore said he would be the alternate.
Is there a motion to approve both?
Yes, I'm in the motion to approve both.
Any discussion? There's been a motion made that UNERBA delegate be Ms. Georgiana Kaczynski and the alternate delegate be Commissioner Moss. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0 for our delegates and alternate delegates, Commissioner Jordan Krasinski and Commissioner Darrell Moss. Moving right along, Cartar, is there any nominations or?
I move that Commissioner Ed Gleason be the delegate for Carter Council of Governors Board of Directors. Also, I currently serve as the alternate delegate, be willing to do the same.
The nomination of Mr. Ed Gleason being the delegate, Commissioner Ed Gleason being the delegate, and Commissioner Archie Wilkins being the alternate.
Yes.
Do we have a motion?
Need a motion?
Yeah.
I make a motion that Ed Gleason be the delegate for the Carter COG and, Commissioner Wilkins be the alternate delegate.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0 for Commissioner Gleason and Commissioner Wilkins as delegate and alternate delegate. Commissioner Wilkins. Okay. All right. Campo, delegate and alternate delegates. Are there any nominations? Commissioner Kozinski?
I nominate, Commissioner Moss for the delegate, and if there's no volunteers, I would agree to be the alternate delegate on this one. The meetings are in the daytime, so it has to be somebody who's not employed. Sorry, retired.
Retired.
That's good.
Commissioner Kozinski talked last night, would you all be willing to alternate those?
If need be.
If need be, yeah.
I'm not employed, so I should be able to make the meeting. All right, that should be good. Okay.
Commissioner Kozinski, would you be the alternate?
Yes.
Okay. All right, motion for Campo, for delegate to be Commissioner Moss, and alternate delegate to be Commissioner Kozinski. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. All right, item 12.
Nope.
Nope, 11D.
No, still be done.
We don't have to deal with 11.
Okay.
That committee's been done away with by Granville County.
Oh,
okay.
So,
Okay, guys. Aye.
Do I need discussion? No. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Calendar approved, 5-0. 14B, draft of the fiscal year 2026 to 2031 strategic plan. Mr. Lee Fang.
Good evening, Mayor, Board. Tonight, I bring before you a draft of the published strategic plan that myself, Mayor Bobby Willard, Commissioner Brianna Kaczynski, and Commissioner Wilkins, we attended a workshop hosted by the North Carolina Municipalities, and Wisdom Place, during this two-day workshop, we drafted a possible strategic plan for the city based around what the city currently plans to do in the future, things that we see that we can capitalize on in the future and build on those items. So during that workshop, we were instructed to pull 4 focus areas. So those are the broad focus areas that you want to focus on. And within those focus areas, there are 2 objectives that you want to focus on within that focus area. And per objective, there were 2 initiatives, basically action plans for those objectives to see those through. So this format that you see here is, I went ahead and put it in the format that you will see once developed and possibly adopted by the city. So it's in the format that you will see at the end, from beginning to the end. All right, so the first one is just a Creedmoor content. Where we will go through, you will see a brief history that you will see of the city. This history, you can see that can be found in our budget book, in our audit, and just give a broad overview of the city's history. So the first 2 pages are that history. The next is your vision and mission statement. I pulled 2 statements that were presented to the board at various 2 meetings where these statements were presented. The first is a vision statement that was presented to the board and adopted with the 2040 city plan on May 3rd of 2022. And this vision statement reads, Creedmoor will continue to be the best rural small town in the region while raising to meet change through innovative planning, community engagement, and operational strategies. And just to for food for thought, this is just a statement that was presented in the past. This is not to say that you all as the board can come together and draft a vision statement that best fits the city in this point in time. And also just to note, this is just a draft. As I go through this is just a draft to start getting you all thinking and planning for our strategic planning workshop that will be held at the end of next fiscal year to begin the budget talk. So from this meeting, I will encourage you all to start writing down your ideas, writing down things that you want to focus on. If you like something in here, circle it, you can add on to it. So the things that are in this presentation are not solidified yet. These can be changes. These are just what we came up together as a group and what we thought that fit Creedmoor. The next is the mission statement, which was presented at the 2014 annual retreat by the city manager at that time. And this mission statement reads to efficiently provide local government services which support a safe, healthy, and economically viable community, having the flexibility to adapt to cultural, social, and economic change while effectively fostering growth. So in your strategic plan, you want to point out your core values of the city. So here in this slide, I just put different core values that you can pick on that are things that you will normally see in a municipality or a county's strategic plan. So as I stated, going forward, start picking out your core values. In this retreat that we will have next year, we will go through a session where you all will discuss and write down your core values, and we will come together at the end and pick out those best core values that best fit the city of Creedmoor. All right, the first focus area that we came up with as a group was a safe, vibrant, and healthy community. And within that focus area, the two objectives that we took out from the template that was provided to us. Objective one, provide highly responsive public safety services that reduce the occurrences and severity of crime and accidents in the community. Objective two, support an active lifestyle for our residents by providing the vital parks and recreational opportunities. And as stated per objective, we were instructed to pull up two initiatives. The first initiative for object one was to evaluate our public safety staffing and facility needs to verify that they provide the desired safety level. Some of these things are things that we are currently working on. As you know, we are currently in the process of beginning to construction that will start here shortly on our new police department, where we have already started addressing the safety needs for our public safety. Initiative two, implement a community policing style in the police department, which emphasizes citizen interaction and participation in problem solving. Chief Willis and his staff does a great job now with getting out into the community and having events and giving back to the community and building that relationship with the citizens within Creedmoor so they can feel safe to come and talk to the police whenever needed. Initiative one of objective two, prioritize desired projects that identify or seek funding options, including governmental and private grants, sponsorships, and volunteer efforts. We all know funding is a big thing in the city of Creedmoor, where we're always seeking grant funds and possible funding to fund the necessary projects that we have at hand. Initiative two, partner with area schools and Graham County government to jointly utilize parks and recreation sites for a mutual advantage. Here at your previous meeting, you heard from the county regarding the site, the old Holy School, what that is here in the future. So that's already a start where we can start working on that joint partnership with the schools on how we can best utilize that area for both the county and the city. Focus area two, tourism and cultural resources. Objective one of focus area two, identify, develop, and cultivate opportunities for art, cultural events, and tourism that identify with our history and tradition, build on that history of Creedmoor and think of events that we can capitalize on and put more emphasis on that culture of Creedmoor. Objective two, expand funding for tourism and cultural programs by seeking grants and awards once again to use those possible fundings for these events that we would like to plan. Initiative one, or objective one, area two, develop a tourism vision that incorporates the heritage and historic nature of the city. Initiative two, strengthen partnerships with community, cultural, and historic organizations that want to further develop tourism or cultural arts activities to leverage resources and build capacity. The city already gives funding to the historical society in Granville County, so we can capitalize on that partnership that we already have with the historical society to better assist us with emphasizing the culture of Creedmoor. Initiative 2.1.1, Objective 2 of Focus Area 2, explore all federal, state, local, and private sources available to assist cities in funding tourism and cultural programs. Utilize current staff to achieve further education on grant writing to seek funding for tourism and cultural arts purposes. So once again, we all know, as we always discuss on budget season, funding is always a big topic during those discussions. Even though we're at a point where we don't want to continue to put the emphasis and the burden on the taxpayers, so it would be our duty to go off of grants and other possible funding sources to fund these projects. area 3, environmental character. Objective 1, partner with county, regional, and state organizations to collaborate on ways to ensure long-term quality of water resources. Objective 2, provide ongoing information and education to our residents to promote the importance of environmental responsibility. This is one of those areas where we discuss things that if we know we are limited to what we can do regarding our water infrastructure, because we do not own the water system, but we still can think of ways outside of that to promote a healthy water system and how we can assist as well as in our system to make sure that everyone has good drinking sources. So, objective 1, participate in state efforts to improve sustainability of municipal water and sewer systems. Initiative 2, collaborate with other governments in the communication and education strategies and encourage ongoing water savings and pollution reduction initiatives in the community. So going on to the schools, going on to the public, the citizens, and providing information on how they can themselves promote healthy water through pollution and ensure that we as citizens make sure that our water is safe and healthy. Initiative 1, objective 2, provide online and printed guides to residents on correct disposal options for the common household items. And initiative 2, work with Graham County Schools to incorporate information on environmental issues and responsibilities into education, curriculum, and school activities. So the last focus area is transportation. Objective 1 focus area 4, improve connectivity and growth of neighborhood and downtown areas by investing in roads and sidewalk infrastructure. Objective 2, be proactive with other governments and planning transportation needs that will particularly impact our community. As you all are aware, we have already had numerous discussions regarding where do we want to put our focus at regarding the sidewalks, where do we want to place new sidewalks, where do we want to increase the connectivity between different subdivisions. We also have discussions with the county and neighboring municipalities regarding what can we do as a whole to bring transportation needs into the area to assist those who are having issues getting to their necessary destination. So objective 1, to develop a multi-year plan for street and sidewalk infrastructure projects, including expected funding sources.
Yes, sir, I was just gonna say, Lee, this is outstanding for him to be in a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna give you a real time, like you just asked for, ID, so I'm gonna give you something that's on my mind, in a little bit. Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Kozinski?
So when we were at this conference, what we learned, and Commissioner Wilkins and Lee can, and say that one of the presenters was a mayor from another municipality, and she said, this strategic plan and sticking to it makes budgeting so much easier. And as long as you work your ideas and work your budget, it makes it easier on the finance department, the staff, the city staff, and we know where we're going, and there's no surprises. And I think that was the best part of it all. It's planning and stick to it. That's good.
Fourteen D, Water Quality Policy Development, Commissioner Moss.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Mr. Mayor, thank you. I wanted to start by saying this. On August 24th, 2024, I addressed the previous board about water quality issues at my house. And since that time, I'd obviously talked to other folks as well. And as I have thought about what I wanted to say tonight, Had that conversation gone a little different, quite honestly, I probably would not be sitting up here tonight. Water quality is the reason that I ran. I very rarely in previous elections have run as a one-issue candidate, but I did this time because I think it's just that important. Lee has already given me a great segue from his strategic plan presentation, focus area number 3, I believe it was. Lee, if I got that wrong, just tell me. And he has already begun to capture some of the things that I think are going to be very important. Because as we all know, without clean water, clean air, and clean dirt for us to live on, all this other stuff is nice, but it's game over for all of us if we don't have clean water, clean air, and clean dirt. To that end, Mr. Mayor, and I won't take a lot of time tonight, but what I'm going to be doing in just a moment, I'm not doing it yet, just giving you a heads up, I'm going to be making a motion that we make, or actually that we direct the city staff to develop a statement that makes, a policy statement rather, that makes water quality our top priority for the city of Creedmoor. And I'd like to be very clear about this part. I would be less than genuine if I didn't say that this is not an indictment of the work the city has done, because they have done some things, very positive things. That same thing holds true for the South Greville Water and Sewer Authority. But I do believe that this board needs to send a clear message to our citizens that clean water, knowing what we know, that clean water is critical and needs to be our top priority. I'm going to read it really quickly because I want to get it into the record. I know Barbara has sent it out to you already, but this is my suggested language for this policy that, again, staff will come back. If the motion passes, they'll come back. I guess at the February meeting, we'll have more discussion about it. But the purpose, the city of Creedmoor is committed to providing the quality of our community's drinking water to ensure the health, safety, and well-being of our residents, businesses, and natural environment. This policy establishes that the city will promote, in collaboration with the South Granville Water and Sewer Authority, high standards of water quality for our community. And this would be the policy statement, the city, or suggestions for the policy statement. The city of Creedmoor recognizes that clean, safe, and sustainable drinking water is essential to public health, community development, and environmental stewardship. To uphold this commitment, the city will require that SIGWASA, number 1, comply with all federal, state, local water quality laws and regulations, including those established by the North Carolina Department of Environmental Quality and the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Number 2, that we will monitor and manage our water quality through routine sampling, testing, and reporting to ensure compliance with the regulatory standards and to safeguard drinking water and natural ecosystems. Number 3, promote water conservation and efficiency in municipal operations and encourage residents and businesses to adopt responsible water use practices. Number 4, maintain and upgrade infrastructure, including water treatment and delivery systems to ensure reliable service and environmental protection. Number 5, engage and educate the community about water quality issues and conservation practices. Number 6, collaborate with regional, state, and federal partners to enhance water quality initiatives and implement best practices in water management. And number 7, lastly, number 7, pursue continuous improvement by setting measurable goals, evaluating performance, and integrating innovative technologies and methods that strengthen water stewardship. The accountability piece is going to be the city and SIGWASA shall share the responsibility for upholding this policy. The staff shall ensure that water quality objectives are incorporated into city planning and daily operations and decision-making processes. And lastly, there will be a review component that I'm suggesting. This policy will be reviewed annually by the city manager's office and relevant departments to ensure its continued effectiveness and alignment with changing environmental conditions, regulations, and community priorities. And not to go back, or replow the same road twice, but as I said, you heard me say earlier, many of these things that I've laid out here, Sequasa is doing that stuff right now, and I think, that is admirable. But I do believe that we need to send a very strong message to our citizens that we hear them and that we are going to take action as quickly as possible. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. With that said, Mr. Mayor, I would make that motion that we direct city staff to develop a policy statement to make water quality the #1 priority for our city. And I am open to when that could be further discussed, whether it be at the board strategic planning meeting. I'm okay with that. If there are other thoughts about that, I'm open to that as well. But that would be my thought. That's my motion.
It's been a motion. Any discussion?
Yes.
Commissioner Gleason?
I have no problem with, the city creating a policy that we're gonna kind of try to hold Sequasa's feet to the fire. Sometimes I take it to a little bit of an affront, since I've probably attended 100 Sequasa meetings and spoke on the quality of water in Creedmoor over the last 11 or 12 years. So I don't want it to be out there that Creedmoor, and you did, I'd say that we have been doing things and Sequasa is working. There are things in this policy, the way it is written here, and it's gonna go the next step to, that I think we have no say over. We can't tell Sequasa to do anything, actually. We can push them, we can guide them, we can holler at them, we can get 100 people to a meeting, but the bottom line is we have very little legal right to make Sequasa do anything that they don't want to do. And I will say that our 2 board members of Sequasa have done a very good job of holding Sequasa's feet to the fire. So I am definitely in agreement with the city of Creedmoor coming up with a policy, and then it'd be run by our attorney and city manager, and we'll discuss it in our February meeting. Sounds very good.
Great, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Just as Commissioner Gleason says, we have 2 representatives on the Sequasa board. The onus, I believe, would be on them, if we go along with this, to push that policy through. Starts with them, you're 28% of the Sequasa board. That's why.
Commissioner Kaczynski?
So, Kevin, we don't have, like Commissioner Gleason said, we have no legal authority over Sequasa, am I correct?
Except insofar as we have appointed members of the Sequasa board, but that's true. The city can't dictate what action Sequasa chooses to take.
Okay. Sequasa drafted a strategic plan in 2021, and it is good from 2021 to 2023. Focus area number 1, objective number 1, which is outlined in every single agenda that Sequasa has. When they refer to anything in there, we relate that strategic plan to the motion or the issue that we're discussing. And focus area 1 is clean, sustainable drinking water. And objective number 1 is clean, sustainable drinking water. And Sequasa has been doing everything that they can do to try and get to that point. However, it does take a lot of money, and it's taking a lot of time. Now, Commissioner Way and I, if I may speak for you, we get a little frustrated with how much time it's taken. We do. But we are bumping up against rates. I could fix that water 100 million times right now, but people will be paying $30 a month more. And I'm not going to do that. I promised people when I got on Sequasa's board, I was going to be cognizant of the rates. I ordered a new rate structure study. We did a new rate structure study, and we are fighting it. Commissioner Way was unbelievable at the last meeting when he pulled out the fact that there was issues in the agenda for Brains Crossing that had not been addressed. And in that agenda, it said Brames Crossing couldn't do any houses until 2028, and that was wrong. And, Mr. Schroyer had a meeting with the city manager and me and Mr. Frangos and Commissioner Gleason and admitted it was a mistake. Well, you better put it correctly in the next agenda. We're not just gonna go with, you told us privately it's a mistake. We want it stated on the record that you made a mistake and you're not holding Brames back. Mr. Frangos has been extremely helpful with me in trying to find a way to make sure that the allocation that we have for sewer that we've been held to for 5 years is actually correct, and that we haven't been held back when we shouldn't be. The other thing is, we have been testing water to the tune of $12,500 since March
this year.
We have found no violations. I do know, and from your proposal, I went out to Sigwasa's website and saw that the test results that Sigwasa runs, they're not published. So it's on the agenda for the next meeting. I want the test results published every time Sigwasa does test results, I want them published. Because we do meet federal and state standards, and it was during Commissioner Wilkins' time on Sigwasa's board when the violation stopped. We haven't had a violation at Sigwasa since 2017. And I remember Commissioner Wilkins saying it on the record. It's been 36 months and we haven't had any violations at all. So we haven't had violations. We used to have a lot of violations in our water bill when we were in Creedmoor, but Sigwasa has had no violations. And it gets misplaced. Again, I want to say that Sigwasa has had 14 complaints in the last 3 years for water. 14 out of 5,000 people. I can't fix something if I don't know it's broken. That's why we ask citizens, and I thank Ms. Dixon for volunteering to have the water tested at her house. I'm looking forward to those results coming in. We've all had our water tested and we found no violations. I'm trying to help both sides, and you have to do it continuously. It has to be done continuously. It can't be stopped in the middle. So Sigwasa is being held to a standard by the city of Creedmoor, by us, when we talk about it at our meetings. We've took a step further and used taxpayer dollars to test the water. We have found no violations at all in the water. I'm not going to address PFAS because a PFAS is still not in violation according to federal standards. It's not a violation, and it won't be until 2029. But we do have a strategic plan at Sigwasa. We are fighting every time we go to a meeting to try, we look out for the interest of Creedmoor, and the other commissioners look out for the county and the cities that are around us. I don't want anybody to walk out of this meeting tonight thinking that it's not being addressed. And you did say, that, Commissioner Gleason did say, we are fighting. He's at every meeting. He knows that we fight. He sees that we fight. He talks at the meetings. But, strategic plan from 21 to 26, the focus number one, objective number one is clean and sustainable water. So I just want you to understand that we are limited in our ability to do anything we can't make Sigwasa change the infrastructure. We don't have the authority to do that, legal authority. And, but we are fighting on our end to try and do everything we can do. So I just wanted to make that, I understand the policy, I understand what you're trying to do, I absolutely do. But it's just, everybody has been doing everything they can, but when the citizens of Creedmoor are not complaining, you have an auto flusher in front of your house. You're the only person
I do not.
The last email I saw had it. Is it not there?
It is not there, ma'am.
All right, well, you got an email from Scott about working on getting that auto flusher back there.
It's not there, ma'am.
Well, you had one in front of your house, and you're the only citizen who did. Because you complained, and you got it there. But that's what I'm saying, 14 complaints in 2 years? They all matter. They do matter, and Seguasa does respond to every one of them. And the city has tested water and found no violations. It's hard to fix something when you can't prove that it's broken. And I'm not saying that people who tell me that water is terrible, I'm not saying that they're lying, I'm not saying that. But telling me or complaining on social media doesn't get it fixed. You've got to tell Seguasa they can find out what the problem is.
Commissioner West?
I'll continue to be a voice for the neighbors. I'll continue to represent the city of Creedmoor at Seguasa as long as this board wants me to be a representative on the Seguasa board. As I've stated before, I'm one vote with the other municipalities in the county, and I can be only one voice and carry one torch for us here. And I will continue to do that as a representative of the city on behalf of our neighbors, and I will continue to bring forth the information that's provided to us so we all can make conscious decisions. One of the things I can honestly say is I see a lot of things that are put out on social media about the water and colors and discoloration and things of that nature. And I've also seen the frustration about people saying that they've reached out to Seguasa and nothing's happened or whatnot. I can tell you that there is a tracking system in place now that we see of every complaint that has come in to Seguasa with the software that we have available. So, to the ones who do tell your neighbors or put something on social media, take the time to go to Seguasa's website and put it out there so we can find out what's wrong in the areas of Creedmoor where we need to focus on providing more guidance and more pressure as far as something in this particular area is causing this issue. The water at place A might be fine, but place C is not, and B is terrible, and there may be something in between those areas. And that's the kind of things that we need to find out, because that is what we can work towards in replacing. As anything else, Commissioner Moss is a native Creedmoorian, and he can tell you where these pipes are at and how long they've been here, because I'm sure some of his family members knew where they were buried at in here. That's what I want to work towards, is finding our problem areas and fixing it. We can't go in and say we want to fix this whole strip of water pipe. But if we can start focusing on the areas that we know for a fact that are having these issues, that's where I want to start carrying my torch, is to say, okay, well, we need to go down this street, we need to repair these pipes because these 4 neighbors have filed complaints, and it's obviously an issue with this piping system on this street. So.
Commissioner Gleason?
I'm ready to call the question.
Could I make one final statement?
Commissioner Moss?
I just wanted to say just one final thing. What I am attempting to do, and Commissioner Kuczynski almost got there. What I am attempting to do is to put the full weight of this board behind our Seguasa reps to do the work that they need to do on behalf of our city. In my humble opinion, that is the missing link in this. I can't speak for the town of Butner, town of Stem, Granville County, but now I am in a position to have some input on this board. And I just believe that it is incumbent upon us, knowing what we know, Robert kind of talked about a few of the things, but knowing what we know, to do everything in our power to to put as much pressure, Russ May is now in Sigwassa, County Commissioner Russ May, to put as much pressure and provide as much support as we possibly can on behalf of our citizens. That's what I'm asking that this board consider doing. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Thank you, sir. I don't want to belabor the issue, but this is one man's opinion. I don't believe we have clean, sustainable water. I don't believe it's correct to say we have no violations, because if you have foul-smelling and brown water, you violate someone's quality of life. Thank you.
Go to a motion.
You've got the motion. I just made it.
So there's been a motion made to. All right.
Who made the motion, I'm sorry?
I made the motion.
It's been a motion to authorize the city manager with assistance of the city attorney to draft a water quality policy statement for the city of Creedmoor.
Bring it back to the board for review and action.
And bring it back to the board for approval.
And discuss.
Yeah, what he said. And just to be clear, Mr. Mayor, my motion was that we direct the city manager to make water quality the top priority for our city.
I guess before I vote, I want to know then where does fire service and
That's
police
what I want,
are? And if our main priority is water.
what do we do
A
about?
very big priority for the city is water. So is our police and fire department.
Stop the-
So I don't want to, again, like I said, I'm for getting this done. But I want to make sure that the verbiage is that way, that we don't put our fire department or police department or EMS under the bus because we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We can do it all. We can do it all.
I completely agree, sir.
Thank you.
So we're gonna make a motion to authorize the, all right, all in favor?
I'm not clear on this motion. The motion was to make it number one priority, and I have a problem with that because there are other issues that are already in motion, and where does that put the projects that we're in the middle of?
Could we change
We
this
just
to
drop them all and work on water.
one of the highest priorities?
That's what you just said.
All right, the motion was to authorize the city manager with assistance of the city attorney to draft a water quality policy statement for the city of Creedmoor.
That's it. Okay, that I got. That's good.
Any discussion?
And I will call
To
that
make it
question.
the top priority. And to make it a top priority.
That was not my motion, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, all right, well, you make the motion again?
I will, and, in an attempt to, the heavy size, in an attempt to collaborate, I'm gonna take Commissioner Gleason's suggestion, and what I'd like to say, and Lee, I don't have your presentation up in front of me, but and I'm kind of thinking through this out loud in my mind, so I'm probably gonna say something stupid. But what I'd like for the board to consider, and I'll come back to my motion, Mayor, I'll amend my motion to say not the top priority, but part of the, okay, gotcha. So objective number 1 and focus area number 3 of our strategic plan, which is environmental character, to make water quality objective number 1 in that part of our strategic plan. Does that make sense, Mike? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes sense, yeah. I'd like the opportunity to give with Kevin to draft up a policy that looks good and feels good, the board can discuss and consider.
Yeah, because Commissioner Gleason makes a very good point. We got a bunch of other things that we need to work on. I agree 100%. But in terms of our strategic plan under that particular focus area for the environmental part, water quality could be the top priority. I'll make that my motion.
Okay.
I just have a quick, and this doesn't necessarily need to be answered before a vote, but, I think I heard mention that we would return at the February legislative meeting with the draft policy
Yes.
discussed, and that's okay, I just want to make sure we've got.
Yes, that works.
Time on that
Yeah.
works for everybody.
All right, so there's been a motion to authorize the city manager with the assistance of the city attorney to draft a water quality statement policy stating that in focus area 3, making water quality our top priority. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Number 15, discussion items. City manager.
Mr. Mayor, Mayor Pro Tem, and board members, I asked this one item be added to the mayor, by Mayor Wheeler to place on the agenda for the new board's discussion is the December 16th work session. There currently being no items on that agenda, and it is the manager's recommendation to cancel that meeting and allow our board clerk to give the required notice.
So moved.
Mayor Gleason, Commissioner Gleason.
So move that we cancel the work session for December.
All right, there's been a motion that we cancel the work session for December 16th. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. City manager's report.
Again, thank you, Mr. Mayor, and first I'd like to congratulate Mayor Downey and Commissioner Moss on their recent election to city government. Staff and I all look forward to working with both of you gentlemen in the coming days and months. November the 19th, 2025, the first quarter water sample, because we were doing it monthly, but then we went to quarters. The first quarter water sample was taken by PACE Labs from 2 schools and 2 city residents. Test results are expected to return. It's a 10-day turnaround from November the 19th with a holiday or 2 in there for Thanksgiving. I'm expecting those results Monday, December the 8th, and then I'll get those out to the board that day. The no parking signs that the board, I told them about last meeting, have been installed on all city properties that informs users that overnight parking and abandoned vehicles will be towed at the owner's expense. We recently had a vehicle left at the community center that sat there for about a week, and it was an out-of-state vehicle, and we're required to give a certain amount of notice before we can tow it. But we didn't have signs telling people where it went and who got it, so you know where to reach out to. But anyway, PD will be involved with the towing along with that and track and rotating with local towers. But anyway, parking lots included City Hall, Creedmoor Community Center, Lake Rogers Park, Harris Park, the Gauntlet, Public Works Shop, the new Main Street parking lot, of course, will have those, and any other city property that's owned by us. Number 4, currently reviewing and updating a full list of city-owned properties to the board. At the last meeting, I think one of the commissioners mentioned she'd never seen a list of all the city properties. We have that list. It's just a matter of updating it and then providing that information to the board. And the last item I have is an update on the 2026 Annual Strategic Planning Workshop you heard Lee mention earlier, scheduled for Saturday, February the 7th. The morning session invitations have been extended to County Manager Drew Cummings, Saguasa Representative, Executive Director Scott Schroyer, and the Creedmoor Volunteer Fire Department. Department heads will follow and have been given instructions to prepare to give the board an update on the FY '26 accomplishments, the ones they've been working on and will work on through June 30, and what their needs are for 2027. The afternoon session will be facilitated by Lee Faines, the Finance Director, who will lead discussions on finalizing the 2026 strategic plan with the board. If there are any other topics or items of interest that this board, the new board, anybody has, we'd appreciate those and we'll incorporate them into our plan and keep you informed on that. Mr. Mayor, subject to your questions, that concludes my remarks.
I don't have any questions right now. Commissioner West? Commissioner Kaczynski? Mayor Pro Tem?
No, sir.
Commissioner Moss?
No, sir.
Commissioner Gleason?
No, sir.
Steve Watson report?
All right, jump in. At our last SUWASA meeting, we discussed, at length, the, Graham's Crossing allocation and, I don't even remember, there were so many things on that agenda. But, I will let Commissioner Wade jump in on his, it was amazing what he saw on that agenda that several people missed, but you found it, and that's why you're on that board.
One of the biggest things was, Brames Crossing development was approved, 2017-ish.
17.
At that time, the water allocation and approval was given to a certain number of residences that were to be built. Mr. Frangos, you remember how many residences it was supposed to be off the top of your head?
190.
Roughly 190 homes was supposed to be built. That water and sewer allocation was approved by SUWASA at the time. The builder of Brames Crossing, did some modifications and changes and reduced the number of houses they planned to build. So that should not have affected the water and sewer allocation. The problem was the information was presented to the SUWASA board that Brames Crossing was in the process of their first phase and that their second phase was going to be coming up, and they did not have the sewer allocation, but they're paying for all the infrastructure improvements out of the builder's pocket. So all the infrastructure that's going in place for the water and sewer upgrades for the subdivision is being done by the builder itself. But the problem was they were told that you can build, but you can't hook up to the sewer system until after 2028 when the I-85 connector was through, which was incorrect information because they had already been given their approval for their allocation in 2017, which caused very lengthy discussion, and they had to go back and review records and get to the bottom of it. That was one of the things. One of the other items I pressed about was the water filter media that needs to be replaced to help with the filtration in the water treatment plant. We are still waiting on materials which have not come in yet due to who knows the reason. That was one of the other issues. Another issue that we had come up was the recent power outage that we had in the city of Creedmoor with Duke Power. If you were on the Duke Power circuit, you were out of power for at least 7+ hours. One of the things that came about was the pump station in Golden Pond, as pointed out by Commissioner Gleason, sending a message saying, hey, I don't hear the generator at the emergency generator at Golden Pond Pump Station. What's going on? And further investigation found out, oh, well, that generator's not working, and we knew about it, but we just haven't told anybody. So, that started out another chain of emails that we were unaware that the Golden Pond Pump Station emergency generator was out of service, not working, and there was no generator on site to fix it. However, they did say that they had to send a truck out there to make sure things were going like it should be and everything was getting pumped as it should. More information's to come about that when we get some information next week at our SUWASA meeting. And one of the other informational things that we had several years ago in the city of Creedmoor, we went around as the fire department and placed color-coded hydrant markings and caps on the hydrants. If you're out in the Creedmoor and you just look at the hydrants and you see different colors on the different hydrants, they're rated for what the water pressure is at that hydrant to be able to facilitate calculations when we're at a fire for pumping purposes. They're also labeled with the hydrant number. The problem that we ran into is those wonderful, beautiful colored caps that the fire department put on all the hydrants with those numbers were based on the city of Creedmoor's water hydrant numbering system and not SUWASA's numbering system. So when we would tell SUWASA the hydrant number, whatever was broke, that it was a totally separate number than what they had because it was based on the city of Creedmoor's hydrant numbers. So now SUWASA, with the new manpower that they have to take care of the hydrants in our fire area. We'll be renumbering the fire hydrants to correspond with the correct number for Seguasa going forward. So that's another project that we have found out. And I believe that's all that I have for the Seguasa report at this time.
To step into the fire hydrant numbering thing just a little bit further, when we started testing the fire hydrants here in Creedmoor, which we should not have done because nobody drinks out of a fire hydrant, I don't think. I know I don't. Pace was giving a fire hydrant number, and thank God there was a location, because with the city of Creedmoor and Seguasa, we could figure out which hydrant they were talking about, and that's when we became aware they had renumbered all the hydrants. And it's a running number of hydrants for all municipalities and including the county, instead of C, 1 through whatever for Creedmoor, and S, 1 through something for STEM. But when Seguasa has their monthly meetings with the city, we found out that they had finally ordered new tags. They'd known about this for 5 years. And we started having our meetings and said, when are you going to renumber the tags? And we pushed it a little bit. Then they told us they got the tags. When are the tags going on? And we found out last Thursday at our meeting, they didn't have the clips to hang the tags on the fire hydrant yet, but they were coming, and Chris said that the clips were in. So that will be a discussion on our agenda at our next meeting is, you got the clips, you got the tags. Where are we on the numbering? And where are we on the repairs of the fire hydrants within the city limits of Creedmoor? Because there are some broken fire hydrants. And we pushed this last December by telling them that the Seguasa agreement said that they were supposed to be maintaining the fire hydrants, and they weren't flushing them and maintaining them, and we knew it. And city attorney drafted a letter, and we sent it to them, and that's what they're trying to do, and that's why they hired 2 new utility people, but it wasn't being done. So we have found other things besides just the basics that aren't being done, and we are pushing all of it.
Thanks, Commissioner. Any questions? Commissioner Moss?
I've got one. Just looking at y'all's last meeting, and I think y'all answered the question. I just want to make sure I heard it right. So Seguasa is actually recalculating how much sewer capacity we actually have.
With the fact that they gave Braham's, and we didn't know it, but the Braham's representative was in the room at the time. This whole conversation went on, and he was sitting there. We didn't know who he was. So now he knows that they had been approved for 188 homes. They're now down to 171. Mr. Frangos has informed us that the state numbers have lowered on how many gallons per bedroom. And we brought that up in our meeting and said, are you refunding? Braham's hasn't asked for a refund. So are you refunding them money and lowering their allocation, which would give the city of Creedmoor water available to them right now? And the problem is this, they can't sewer. They can't resell the same allocation they've already sold. So unless Frames ask for a refund, we can't tap into it. If they do, and it becomes available, we will let Mr. Frangos know we got some more allocation, we can do some more building. Open the door a little bit.
And we've asked for some calculation of some numbers based on the hydraulic modeling system that they now have in place with the technology at hand to tell us what we have available, because we believe the numbers may be skewed.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem?
No, sir.
We're going to move on to the commissioner reports. Start with Commissioner Gleason.
I'll try to keep my remarks short. Congratulations, Mayor. Congratulations, Commissioner. To all our folks, hope they have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. I want to make a special thank you to my lovely wife who's sitting in the audience, and now she sees what wonderful times, and why do you enjoy that so much? Why are you there so long all the time? Things get windy. I've attended all the meetings that I normally attend. This county keeps you there till late hours anymore. But again, I just wish you all happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gleason. Commissioner Moss?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor, thank you. I also would like to, before I forget it, wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. I think many of us are kind of excited to see 2024 go, or 2025 go, and we can get into a new year. That's how crazy I am. I forgot what year it was. But no, I just wanted to say to everybody here, I am very excited to be kind of back in the saddle. I was looking at, many years ago, I created this spreadsheet, Mr. Mayor, of all my races. And as some know, I first ran in 1989 and left office in 2017, took a little break now and back. But the good news is I have an 88% or 89% win rate that I'm very proud of. Just the two state races for the state senate and the state house that I lost. So I'll take that 89%, but I'm very glad to be back. I look forward to working with everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner White?
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. We have some exciting events in the next week in the city of Creedmoor. If you're available to come out, we have the Christmas tree lighting coming up. So come be a part of it. And we also have our Christmas parade on Saturday. And we're hoping to see a good turnout. Maybe the weather will be nice for us. I know that Friday morning they're calling for some dreary, rainy, cold weather, but hopefully by Friday evening it'll just be a little touch of winter to give you the holiday spirit. Maybe come out and see Santa, tell them what you want. Maybe be good. But thanks to everybody for coming out, and congratulations to Mayor Downey and Commissioner Moss on their appointments to the board.
Commissioner Kuczynski?
So, yes, I'll echo congratulations to Mayor Downey and Commissioner Moss. I attended a UNERBA meeting virtually in the last week, and they told us what our fees were for next year, which was always, but I want to thank my cohort, Commissioner May, who always keeps me going, and we keep each other. We're usually serving on pretty much the same board, so if somebody misses something in some meeting, we collaborate later and talk it through. We do have holidays coming up. I hope everybody has one. There's lights up all over already. People have their Christmas trees up already. I don't have mine yet, but I want to wish everybody happy holidays. Kevin's got a little girl who's going to be running around like a crazy woman. I want to wish you a happy holiday. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Karen, for coming and swearing in our new members tonight.
Mayor Pro Tem?
On November 12th, I attended the EBERP Low Income Energy Assistance Program along with Commissioner Moss, and that's predominantly for the Pecan Hill residents. I also want to congratulate Mayor Downey, Commissioner Moss on their election, and Commissioner Way on your re-election. And lastly, Merry Christmas and a blessed holiday to all.
Guess it comes down to my report. I don't have too much to report, but I'd like to thank the board for accepting me as the mayor. I'd like to welcome Commissioner Moss and re-elect Commissioner Way. I'm sorry, y'all.
All right.
Commissioner Way, and also thank Commissioner Kuczynski and Commissioner Gleason, Commissioner Moss, Mayor Pro Tem Wilkins for all the guidance through this journey so far. I mean, I've been on the phone with Mayor Wheeler. I talked to Mr. O'Janet last night all the way back from Raleigh. Just filling out my board, just seeing where our strengths are and where our weaknesses are. And I think that's my job as the mayor, is to unite this board. In uniting this board, I think we can unite Creedmoor to the betterment of our citizens or whatever. But I'd like to also thank my dad back there. He is my rock, and my stepmom, Beatrice. They are my rocks. I got my mom up here with me, so, I lost my mom 22 years ago, but Miss Sammy back there has taken a step in and guided me along the way as long as my dad. I like to thank my Uncle Larry back there too, and my Aunt Linda, who's always been in my life, and they instilled in me along with my dad, when I was probably about 5 or 6 years old. It's like, you can be a president one day. Never thought that, not going there, but they always instilled in me that I can do whatever I want to put my mind to. And I put God first in all I do. I have my mayor pen, but above my mayor pen, I have the whole armor of God. Because in that, I mean, He is my everything. So as long as I keep my hand in His hand, my life seems to work out pretty good. So I'd like to thank you all for being here. And that concludes my report.
I'll take Archie's job. I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
All in favor? All opposed?